This is definitely a really good method to very quickly generate tons and tons of graphics for print on demand with associated titles, keywords, and descriptions. In this video, I'm going to show you an amazing technique for print on demand sellers when using DALL-E 3. You will be able to generate 4 images at a time rather than the current limitation of just 2 images. You will also get a title, description, and keywords generated for each of the images that DALL-E 3 puts out, which you can then use on print on demand platforms, and you will even get 4 new suggestions for prompts that you can easily then generate as well. So lots to learn in this video. This is going to make your workflow for print on demand a lot easier. So to get started with this technique, you need to be inside of ChatGPT, where we're going to be using DALL-E 3, and you need to change some settings to begin with. So if you go to the bottom left corner, you can click on this and then go to custom instructions. And this is where 2 empty fields will show up for you. I've got a lot of info right here and essentially instructions for how ChatGPT should handle our DALL-E 3 prompts. And I will leave this text in the description for you to copy. I have to give credit where credit is due. I was actually taught this method by Tom, the founder of dgb.lol, a really cool free online website or online tool where you can upscale the images, remove backgrounds, vectorize, and many other things for free. He had this method set out for stock images, and I amended it a bit to suit print on demand, and it works just as well. You don't have to understand this all or read through it. You can just copy and paste it from the description into the relevant fields, but I did just want to go through it briefly to explain what this actually means. Then you can also change it yourself and amend it to your own liking. So at the top it says, in case of DALL-E 3 usage, I will always ask you for 4 images as your output. That means in case you want to output 2 images at once, due to your limitations, just please run another batch. So you can always use this right here and leave the rest out if you just want to generate 4 images, right? So you don't even need to add the rest to get around this current limitation that DALL-E 3 has. Then it says, I'm a print on demand seller, so I'm always expecting titles and keywords in your output. And looking down further at the second box here, we've got more specific instructions for ChatGPT. So it says, first of all, generate images based on your detailed prompts using DALL-E 3. Always bring the idea alive with interesting choices for every element of the prompt, and always follow the prompt guidelines. Secondly, this is important. If you're about to create 2 images, once again, then please always create 2 batches of 2 images, making them 4 in result. Just mention that again because you know it does sometimes not really want to follow it. Suggest 4 brand new ideas that I can riff off, but please stay close to the original topic. These should be simple concepts, not full prompts. So this means after every time we've generated images, it's going to give us 4 new ideas for upcoming prompts, which is super useful. Next up, we've got the defaults, so what it should always stick to in terms of the image output. The aspect ratio, please always use 1:1. You can obviously change this to your liking if you want a very tall image or a very wide image. Always isolate the graphic on a background color. This one I've added to hopefully force DALL-E 3 to always give us an easy result for background removal. At the end of your response, include for each image A, B, and C. So what it's meant to include is specified right here: a title usable for print on demand with around 50 to 60 characters, exclude the camera type, artistic style, colors, and keep the keywords strong and simple. The second thing, B right here, is at least 20 meaningful keywords which can be used as SEO keywords. First, use the strongest one, try to match it with the title. All the keywords must be separated by comma. Skip the artistic style, camera type, and setup. You must first list the keywords which best describe the image result. And then C, I've also added a description with close to 256 characters. This is what we've got as a limitation on Amazon Merch, by the way. That's why I added this random number, which includes relevant keywords from step B. Step B was the list of 20 keywords, as well as the potential target audience. So I wanted to add a few things about who might potentially buy our product to this description. And then I'm asking you for 4 new ideas after an image generation. And when I reply to this message with do, I'm asking you to generate an image for each of your 4 new ideas. If you want to turn this back off, if you want to get out of these rules, then turn it off with this button right here, enable for new chats. But for now, I'm going to leave this on to test it out in a new chat window. So once you're done, just hit save. So now I'm going to start off in a new chat with a very simple prompt, and it just says a vector art graphic of a sloth riding a bike, and then I'll add isolated on a white background to the end of that. Hit enter. Now we should get 4 results right here fairly quickly. So there we go. Now we've got the 2 sets of images, all quite different, and it's adding title keywords right here very quickly. Energetic sloth, colorful bike adventure, sloth unicycle show with juggling act. That's pretty funny. So it's kind of cross-niched even a bit further, making the sloth be on a unicycle instead and juggling as well. And here we've got the 4 new ideas at the bottom, and all I have to do now is enter do. But sometimes when I just put do, it only generates 2 images. So I'm just going to say instead do all 4. Hit enter. That seems to guarantee that it actually creates all of these 4 new ideas as well. I've not even read through them yet, but it seems to be again a creative input from ChatGPT. Sloth skateboarding with a cap and headphones. That's pretty cool. Hanging from a hot air balloon with binoculars. So now it's taken sort of the prompt away from the idea of cycling or being on a bike, and coming up with more unique ideas as well, which is just fantastic. Whilst this is generating, let's scroll up, look a bit at this data right here. Keywords for image number 1. Image number 1 is this fairly simple cycling graphic. We've got a relaxed sloth cycling with leafy basket, and the keywords helmet, bicycle, large wheels. They're okay. Some of them might not be too relevant or too ideal for print on demand, but you can definitely use this as a basis to work with and just swap out a few keywords if you want to. Description, we've got a charming vector art of a sloth with a relaxed expression, donning a helmet and cycling with a basket full of leaves. Perfect for nature enthusiasts, that's a good keyword, and those who love leisurely rides. So yes, there could be more info in this description, more relevant keywords, but I think this is a great starting point. And you could even test just uploading some designs with this preset description right here and preset keywords and see if you get sales. Maybe it works. Let's scroll down, see what's happened here. We've got a sloth and a hammock as well, with bicycles by the side, and a picnic with other animals. That's amazing. Picnic post bike race. Got raccoon, hedgehog, picnic park, checkered blanket. This is definitely a really good method to very quickly generate tons and tons of graphics for print on demand with associated titles, keywords and descriptions. It's so powerful. I'm going to try it now as well with text included in the prompt and see how it takes the text and sort of interprets it for the future suggestions. So that's going to be another interesting test, I think. So let's go with a 2D flat illustration of an avocado holding up a sign that says "Avo, nice day." Isolated on a white background at the end again, just to make it easier for cutting out. I'll hit enter on this, see what it comes back with, and I'm very curious about the suggestions as well. Right, so I really like what it's done here. It's actually taken this a step further with the second set of images, and it says "Avo great time" and "Avo blast." It's amended the sentence slightly. Don't know what happened with this graphic right here. It looks a bit strange. Nevertheless, cool ideas to sort of put a bit of a spin on the phrase that we started off with as well. And the 4 new ideas is avocado doing yoga with Avo Maste written beside it. Then we've got Avo cook, Avo beat, Avo board. Don't know how well that actually works with just adding Avo in front of different hobbies, but let's just try it anyway. Do all 4, write that down here and hit enter and just see what the result looks like. Some of these graphics look a little bit strange. Maybe this one is not too suitable for print on demand, but I do really like the look of this Avo board skateboarding themed result that we got back. Avo beat as well, that's a neat illustration. So there is definitely potential right here to come up with so many ideas so quickly and even do it with text, which is super exciting. So the prompt I used in this case is 2D flat drawing of a vintage distressed graphic design featuring a surfboard with the words surfing girl isolated on a white background. And I think some of these results look amazing. Surfing girl right here, spelled correctly. The colors look really neat. The surfboard looks a bit weird, I think, with the shape. This one looks a bit more realistic. And again, surfing girl also spelled correctly. Let's look at the other results. We've got this one, not too happy with those colors. Also 2 F's in the graphic, but here the style looks amazing and the spelling works too. So definitely some interesting results for this prompt. And we've got all the different titles, keywords, descriptions underneath. The new ideas actually here at the top for some reason. So retro beach van with surfs up written on the side. Then we've got vintage coastal scene with surfers riding waves during sunset. Classic surf shack with hanging surfboards and palm trees. Iconic 70s beach party scene with surfers, bonfire and beach balls. So not too many actual text prompts in these ideas. Let's see what we get back from these anyway. So do all 4. So here we are. This van looks absolutely amazing. I don't think you could sell this as a print-on-demand product just because it is kind of a rip-off of the Volkswagen vans. However, the color scheme, amazing. Surf on the side isn't really spelled correctly, and it does have the surfboards on the top. Then we've got a vintage sunset graphic right here, which looks neat, but not very useful for t-shirt design, I suppose. Also not sure why these surfboards are flying in the air. This shack right here, definitely really, really nice. That reminds me a little bit of the Niji mode within Midjourney. Definitely has a really, really cool style, and I could see this working in a t-shirt design as well with a bit of text added. And lastly, this right here, 2D illustration of a 70s beach party. I don't know, it is a bit random, maybe would work for print on demand, but I think the graphic style is not ideal. Also a lot of shadows here that would get in the way, but it is super interesting to see what DALL-E 3 comes up with based on our original prompt that was about surfing girls. I was hoping to see more text in these, but what do the next set of ideas say? Don't actually have any more ideas added to this, which is a bit annoying. Maybe we'll do 4 new original prompt ideas. Okay, so we've got Lighthouse Haven, tidal wave topography, tropical surf retreat, and vintage surf poster. And do we want to proceed with generating images for this? Yes, why not? Put yes. Let's see what we get back in this case. So if you don't, for some reason, have new ideas added to the end of your generation, then just put do 4 new original prompt ideas and then hit yes for them to be generated. And unfortunately, DALL-E 3 is overloaded. Really struggling today because keep getting errors with this, and there must be a lot of people using it, but I hope this shows you the process to save massive amounts of time with your workflow. I'm going to be using this every single day. I've been really addicted to this method that I found thanks to Tom. So if you want to check out dgb.lol, which is his free upscaler website, I will leave that in the description, as well as the configuration for your settings, so you can copy and paste that over in one go. If you're looking to sell your AI art on print-on-demand products, one of the best ways to do this is through My Designs, because they allow you to generate listing data in bulk, generate mock-up images in bulk, and you can publish multiple listings in bulk as well. These massive time savers and many other features are explained in this video right here, where I show you my step-by-step process for selling print-on-demand products with My Designs.